Hey everybody, thanks for coming fishing with me today. You can see this suspended fish out here, and that's what I'm targeting right now. I'm casting out to him. That's my lures dropping down. The bottom dot that you're seeing are those two dots. The bottom is the jig, and the top is a weight. And the boat's moving while I'm making this cast, so I'm having to adjust where I'm aimed at the whole way through this cast. Here he comes. We got him. And this is out on Lake Darbonne. And this fish, oh man, that fish came off. You hear me say I flopped him right in my seat. He came off right on the, right as I was getting him in the boat. I was lucky to get this one in.
There's a good fish.
I think this was the first fish of the day right here. But I almost lost that one coming in. I had to keep him pinned all the way in because he spit it out right when he got over the boat. And so you can see me again. This was kind of a windier morning, and so I'm having to make these little micro adjustments to keep lined up where I can see the jigs all the way through a cast. Oh, I scared that fish. You saw him? So when that jig came down, I actually bumped that fish, I think, and he darted around and then came back around and got it. That's honestly what it was taking today, though. So the water was a little murkier. We'd had a little rain, and these fish, if you weren't getting it right on top of them, they weren't hitting it. And so it was, that's a good one. It was taking very, very accurate casts today to get these fish in the boat. But, you know, we made it happen. And I put this footage in here. That's a big fish up there, shallower in the water, way up there in the water column. Same thing there. I had to almost bump into him. He kind of darted back and then came up and got. That's a big fish. You can hear it taking out drag a little bit. Yeah, that's a better fish. And so I put this. I put the foot fisher. That thing at the bottom of the screen I'm showing. That's a good fish. Good one. I put that in the
11-incher.
11. That's what I want, because on Lake Darbonne you can only keep 7 fish that are 12 inches or more. So 11 is perfect because you can keep 50 of those. So that's exactly the size I want. Now these fish were right under the boat. Most of them were spooking today, a little further away, but these stayed right there long enough to get a jig right on top of them. And he came up and got it. But I kept this footage today of the foot fisher down at the bottom, so y'all can see. I get a lot of questions about how my screen is so clear, how I stay lined up through a cast. Because when you're reeling with one hand and have your pole in the other hand, you don't have a hand for the transducer pole to stay lined up perfect. And so I get a lot of questions around that. This is what I'm using to stay lined up. I don't have to give up a hand to keep on the transducer pole. I'm using my foot down there for this thing's called the foot fisher, and it works real well. It's like cable steering kind of. It's all mechanical, so you don't need any batteries or anything for it. It just, you slide your foot one way and it goes to the right, slide it the other way and it goes to the left. That's how I stay lined up with these fish so well, especially on these windy days. You can see the boat constantly. The horizon is shifting around as I'm moving left and right on these gusty, windy days in the fall, and it helps me when I'm searching around too. But I wanted to keep it in here today to show everybody that keeps emailing me and posting, you know, how am I doing this? That's what I'm doing. There's nothing electronic in there. I don't have any. Here he comes. He's chasing. There he is. Now, I did have to change lures a few times today. So you saw how that one was chasing. I had, I don't know, I think 30 minutes today where I couldn't figure out the right lure. So I was using, it's a good fish. I was using several lures that had action on the tail, like I like to keep on there, but they weren't biting. And finally I found like a brighter colored lure than I don't normally use, but it was working for me today. So I had to spend about 30 minutes figuring out what they wanted. This one's sitting right on that limb. There he is. I think y'all saw what that one did. He looked like he climbed up that that stump, I think I kind of got hung or stuck on it. I think I was like raking up the side of it, and so he came around to the back side and smacked it while it was scraping up the side of that tree. And he kind of got hung on it for a second. I think he was on the other side, so when I set that hook, I was pushing him against that tree, and so he got stuck on it for just a second there. Here's another one. Oh, I bumped him. He got scared, and then he smacked it. There's another fish right under him that looked like a good target too. Those open water fish, the one, oh, I flopped him in there too. I don't know why I was doing that so much today. I had several fly off in the boat like that, where, yeah, I just barely had them hooked, I guess.
Came off on the way.
Came off, yep. Man, it was a beautiful day though. Look at that water now. The wind has almost, oh, there's 3 fish down there. This was a good spot. These 3 just kind of came in all of a sudden. I was targeting something else, and then these 3 just kind of came in like a school of crappie. I thought they may have been bass the way they moved in, but that was not bass. And you can see me trying to keep him down. So one general tip, most of you guys that are watching my videos are probably seasoned fishermen anyway, but one thing I've learned is that you don't want them to do those big head shakes up the top of the water. Oh, that's a big fish. That's a real big fish.
That is a big Lake Darbonne crappie. I'm talking about big.
This is probably the 15-inch fish. That's a big fish. That's a good one there.
This
But
one,
let's see what.
that is a 15-inch crappie. Big, feels like maybe 1.5, 1.6, somewhere around there. That's a big boy. Real big.
Big fish. One thing I figured out is you don't want them doing those big head shakes up the top. I've lost a lot of fish like that. So even though it looks kind of cool when they bust out of the water and shake around, I generally will hold my pole down in the water to try and keep them lower so that I lose fewer fish now. It would probably make for cooler videos if I would let them shake around, but I hate losing those big fish. So maybe I'll try to get a few that bust up and shake around next time. Oh, there's another one. He was leaving, and I just happened to catch him before he moved. They were moving around a lot. The good thing about the fall fishing is
It's a good fish.
the fish get much more active. Bad thing about fall fishing is they move a whole lot. By the time you see a fish, you may have 15 seconds, sometimes less, to get the jig to them. So you'll see me a lot of times, I'll cast out there, and then you'll see me yank it back in and let it drop on them. That's to try and get my jig to the fish before they move, because you have such limited time. Now these that are on structure like this one right here, there you go, they'll stick in place a little longer usually, but even those today, I would see one sitting on a stump, they're not going to sit there for more than a minute or two. So you have a very limited amount of time to try and get your lure to them. And if you miss that, you just, keep going. I don't really try and chase fish much unless it's a monster that, I want to see how big it is, because they just move so much.
That's a big one.
That's another
Another
huge
big
fish. Good night.
Holy moly.
Man, they were big fish.
14-inch crappie.
A 14.
Oof.
But I'm moving around. There's so many fish here that, if you miss one, you see one that's, it's moving around a little bit too quick, you just go for the next one. They're everywhere. Like I've told y'all before, this is Lake Darbonne, and there is no lake anywhere like this that I've ever been to. It's second to none as far as crappie fishing for huge numbers of fish goes. They're just everywhere on this lake. I do love going to other lakes just for different stuff, but if you want a whole lot of crappie, there's really nothing like this. This whole day that y'all are seeing right now, I didn't cover much water. I mean, maybe 500-yard area. That's what and that's not me really covering the 500 yards. That's just me drifting around and not really not really looking at every piece of the water. I'm just kind of floating around in one little area. And this is not like a special area of the lake. You see there's a boat in front of me. There are folks that'll fish it. It's just anywhere along any of the channels. You find a channel and it's, as the fish are moving deeper in the water, they're going to go into those main channels at some point closer to deep winter. But before they do that, they'll start setting up on the edge of these channels. And that's what everybody's doing is, we'll hit the edge of the channel, just figure out where the fish are generally at, and then you just float around and pick them off. There's not like a one little spot. It's you just anywhere on Lake Darbonne is there's no really bad spots. So, well, that's all for this one, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I have a whole lot more coming out soon. This was just the first part of this day. I'll be editing the rest of it again another time. I will see everybody again soon. If you want more information on the Foot Fisher, you can find it at highqualityfishing.com. And y'all reach out if you have any questions about that. Thanks, everybody.